what I ate to lose weight at 58. So basically I just make 1 cup of hot coffee, 10 ounces. With the Keurig, I'm gonna add 1 scoop collagen powder that we get off Amazon. Collagen powder actually is good for your skin, hair, nails, and especially your joints. Ever since I started using it, I don't have any more knee pain. It only took a few months. And then I add 1 or 2 scoops of coconut sugar. I completely cut out regular white sugar, processed sugars, etc. And there you go. 1 cup of hot coffee. And then I don't really take a whole lot of vitamins. I take this for gut health, apple cider vinegar gummies, Align gummies for good gut health, and men's multivitamin gummies to get those vitamins I'm missing in my food. You can tell I like gummies. Makes it more fun to take. What's up, everybody? And as promised, I'm gonna go over my diet with you and show you how I lost over 40 freaking pounds at age 58. I'm gonna show you the different things I eat as far as breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And today I'm gonna do breakfast. So as far as breakfast goes, I usually make an egg white omelet, a small egg white omelet, usually use 4 eggs. There's a piece of cheddar cheese in there, some ground beef, and a little bit of no sugar added Heinz ketchup on top, and maybe 1 or 2 slices of Ezekiel bread with some guacamole spread on it as well. So I'm going to show you really quick the ingredients I use. I love Eggland's Best eggs. They are typically the best eggs and have the highest amount of protein, vitamins, minerals, all that good stuff. 1 egg has about 7 grams of protein. That's a whole egg. If you're using it as an egg white, it's got 4 grams of protein. Lean ground beef, and I typically make this myself. Like at the beginning of the week, I'll ground up a pound, drain off all the fat, and I'll add, as far as spices, I use salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, and pretty much that's it. And I use that pretty much on everything I cook. Chicken, fish, which isn't very often, and beef. Single serving guacamole, 12th Street Deli. We get these at Aldi's, 100 calories per container, which is amazing. Best spread I've ever used. 1 slice of cheddar cheese we get from a local grocery store. Heinz no sugar added ketchup. Put a little bit on my eggs. And then I use butter in the pan, butter with olive oil and sea salt. You want to stay away from the other oils, canola, vegetable. They're just poison to your body. And pretty much that's it. Now, one of the main things I did to lose the weight, started back at the end of October, is I completely cut out sugar for the most part. If you're going to change the way you eat, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Remember that. You're not going on a diet to lose weight, then you're going to go back to eating like shit again. You're going to stay on this program, the program you pick for yourself. Find 3 or 4 things that you really like to eat during the week. Then on the weekends, you can cheat a little bit, have things that you normally wouldn't have, fast food, maybe a little bit of ice cream, not a whole tub of ice cream. But typically, what I did to start the program was cut out sugar and carbs at the urging of my girlfriend. She is a medical professional. She scans organs. She knows what a bad pancreas, a bad gallbladder, a bad liver looks like from poor diet. So as soon as I cut out the sugar, I immediately started, like within 3 or 4 weeks, I shut off 10 pounds of body fat. And then as the time went on, after 4 months, as of today, over 40 pounds. And those of you who have seen me in other videos of Brandon's, mine, it's an insane difference just from cutting out sugar and carbs and lowering the amount of calories that I take into my body. I don't care what all these other fools on Instagram are saying. You can't be in a calorie deficit and eat bread and all that other garbage, ice cream, like some of these people are saying. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about for the most part. What the government tells you is mostly false. If you want real information, get it from medical websites, the New England Journal of Medicine. What doctors get is reality as far as diet and nutrition and the damage it causes to your body. Sugar, the worst thing you can eat for your body. It damages the pancreas, it damages your arteries, and it damages your liver. So the quicker you cut that out, the better off you're gonna be. All right, let's get to it. All right, first thing we're gonna do is get our egg whites ready. And in order to do that, we've got to separate the egg from the yolk. And I'm just gonna bobble this back and forth, and you can see that just big old chunk of egg white fell in there. Do it a few times. And I used to watch my grandmother do this when I was a kid, when she would make, like, she baked everything from scratch, and when she would make like anything that required egg whites, like a lemon meringue pie, she would separate the yolk and the white, and I just started doing it myself. There you go. All good. And one thing I always recommend when you cook, as clean as you go. Come on, baby. Oh, there you go. All good. Now we're left with our egg whites. And we're gonna beat these a little bit to stiffen them up. Get a little froth on them. It'll actually make them fluffier when we make our mini omelet. And that's usually enough. As you can see, that's nice and frothy. And it's gonna stiffen up in the pan and it'll be easier to work with. All right, so we got our pan heated up. We're gonna add a little bit of butter to coat the bottom. Even though it's a non-stick pan, I always add some butter to it. And once the butter starts to bubble and sizzle, time to put your egg whites in. Okay, we'll go ahead and add our egg whites. Let that start to set up. And once it starts to stiffen up, I'll kind of pull in the sides towards the middle and let it spread out so it cooks more evenly. Makes it easier to work with. There we go. And once it gets to a certain point where it's rigid enough, we're gonna flip it over and then start adding the other ingredients of our omelet to it. Looking good. I'm not gonna add much salt to this because I'm sure there's plenty of salt in the avocado, but I am gonna put some fresh ground black pepper on it. Help enhance the flavor. Egg whites by themselves literally don't have much flavor at all. Turn down the heat a little bit so it doesn't brown up too much. And you can see how that's whitening up and getting thicker. Pretty simple to make, and I use a small pan because it's easier to work with instead of using, say, a 10-inch pan, because I try to, it's easier when it's contained in a small space. It's easier to flip over in the pan, work it into an omelet when the time comes. Let's see if we can get this to flip over. There we go. There we're gonna add, there's our toast, right on time. One slice of cheese. Then we're gonna add our little bit of ground beef for some extra grams of protein flavor. Then we're gonna turn it into an omelet. Just flip that over. Then we're gonna put it on the plate. Look at that. Ain't that something? Perfection. Now you can see the pepper, and that's where it's gonna add the flavor to it. Now we're gonna come over here, take our Ezekiel bread and our guac. And there you have it. Breakfast perfection. Got your egg whites with the ground beef, the cheese, a little bit of pepper, guacamole, and when I sit down to eat it, I'll add some Heinz no sugar added ketchup to it, and we're good to go. Look at that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A nice low-calorie breakfast with plenty of protein. Hope you get on your way to looking good again. Or maybe you're looking good for the first time in your life. All right, so we're ready to go. As far as the food, looks amazing. Put a little ketchup on the egg whites. Some of you may not like that. And it wasn't as hard as I thought to get used to black coffee. Look at that cheesiness inside of there. That is amazing. Super healthy, low calorie, plenty of protein, tasty as hell. Good meal to have in the morning before you go to the gym if you're a morning person. I usually eat something after I do a little work, go to the tanning salon. Yeah, tan. Come back home, and if I don't eat breakfast right away, I'll eat before I go to the gym, so I have energy. That is the best guacamole spread ever, and I've tried all the single serving ones that I could find. 12th Street Deli is the best from Aldi's. It just has a good texture, good consistency. It doesn't start to break down when it's sitting out and get kind of watery. I tried the one from Walmart. No thank you. Now, I guess you could eat whole eggs if you wanted to, but like I said, typically, sometimes I'll have 3 egg whites and 1 whole egg when I want that extra fat. Because what people don't understand, you don't need carbohydrates like all these goofballs on the internet tell you, oh, you can eat carbs, you won't gain weight. Your body is capable of making its carbohydrates. It can make its own sugar. You do not need sugar. Sugar is freaking poison to your body, and that's why I cut it out. And immediately when you cut it out, within a week, you start to notice the difference. And once the cravings go away, it's much easier to get through it. For instance, once I cut it out, I didn't really have a whole lot of sugar cravings. I started noticing I felt better. I actually have more energy in the gym without sugar and all the extra carbs. I mean, I still eat carbs. I eat rice at least once a day, and it's only like 1 cup. But as for other carbs, I'll eat fresh potatoes. I'll make potatoes in the air fryer, steam them in the microwave, and pretty much that's it for the carbs. Sometimes a low carb tortilla shell will make a burrito or a wrap. But the key in your diet, which is 80% of looking better, it's just not going to the gym. You can't outrun a bad diet, but the key is cutting out that sugar and the carbs. And I see all these boneheads on Instagram. You can eat whatever you want in a calorie deficit. Yeah, and you got to be in a calorie deficit, but you can't eat whatever you want, because if you eat white bread, as soon as your body breaks it down, it's going to convert the flour in the bread apparently into sugar and store it in your body, and you're going to get fat. You're going to gain weight. And that's what none of these people aren't explaining. The real information is through the medical industry. What the government puts out and what you're going to read in, say, the New England Journal of Medicine are two different things, because the government wants you to eat grain, things made with grain, because that's like one of our #1 exports. Something they can make real quick, get it out there, poison people. Just like sugar. I mean, I see people on the internet, you can eat whatever you want in a calorie deficit. Like I said before, no, you freaking can't. Pick a cheat day. Pick 3 or 4 things you like to eat during the week. Stick to that diet. Have a cheat day. Make Saturday the weekend your cheat day, because you're going to be home relaxing, hanging out anyway. Make Saturday and Sunday your cheat days. Don't go crazy, but eat the things you want to eat that day. During the week, like they say, eat like a dog. Eat the same things day in and day out, and you'll get results. I mean, I literally lost over 40 pounds in 4 months. And I'm like 58. This morning I weighed 189. The day before I weighed 185. I mean, I don't want to get too small. Worst comes to worst, I'll just increase my calories and make it up. And, I don't want to look like I'm all sucked in or anything, but diet is the key to looking good. I used to go to the gym 7 days a week, work my ass off, not get the results I want. My girlfriend, because she's a medical professional and she scans organs of people who have issues, and she says, you got to cut out the sugar, got to cut out the carbs. Sugar gives you a fatty liver and wreaks havoc on your pancreas and your arteries. Finally, I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. So at the end of October, I cut out the sugar, starting with coffee. I put 2 or 3 scoops of white sugar in coffee and have 2 or 3 coffees. Ate bread, ate tasty cakes, sometimes shitty, crappy, sugary cereal with sugars. I mean, unless you're eating like super healthy, fibery cereal with nothing in it, or low sugars, no added sugars. That shit's poison, man. You're just gonna mess your body up. One of the things I have to get used to doing when I go in the store and shop is read the labels of the ingredients. Look at the sugars and look to see if there's any added sugar in there. Look at the calories. I'm not really worried about the fat content or sodium content. Not really worried about that either, but I look at the calories, the protein, and the sugars and the ingredients, because I want to eliminate as much garbage in the ingredients as possible. And that's why I'm like addicted to the Ezekiel bread, because that's like the cleanest form of bread that you can buy. I mean, yeah, granted, some things like I eat fruit popsicles with pineapple in it, and they have a decent amount of sugar, but per bar. But I don't eat them all the time. I eat them for a snack here and there, which is okay as long as you don't go overboard. Anyway, that's just you could talk about it all day long, but I'm just trying to give you an overview of what I did to achieve the results I achieved. And you can see for yourself in my videos and Brandon's videos that I look completely freaking different. I mean, to be honest with you, in my DMs, some people asked me to send them pictures of myself, and they would Venmo me money, which is pretty crazy when you're 58 years old. But anyway, I hope that helps. I'm going to do more breakfast videos. I'm going to do lunch videos, snack videos, dinner videos of everything I do, eat, workout routine. I mean, my workout routine is pretty basic. I have it broken up into push days and pull days. I'll show you some of the exercises I do in my home gym. But for the most part, if you don't have access to the gym, or you're still stuck at home because of the COVID crap that's going on, just do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, walk around your neighborhood. Don't run. Running's hard on your body. People that are closer to my age, running just releases cortisol and creates more body fat. If you go out and run 3 miles a day, your body will release cortisol for probably up to 24 to 48 hours, and you don't want that. So walking will get you great results. You know, walk a mile, 2 miles around your neighborhood, through the woods, hike through the woods, do whatever. But like I said, I could talk about this all day long. So I hope this helps. If you have questions, shoot it through Instagram, email, or right through YouTube. I'll be happy to answer them. Like and subscribe, and I'll be your friend until the next video. Peace!